What is up, guys? Good old-fashioned Cola back here for some more Animal Crossing. Right now in Ohio, it is November 27th at 4:28 p.m. Let's get this stuff started. So I took like a month off, not my usual like 3 years off, because we've got a lot of stuff to talk about. Oh my god, I've got a lot of fossils. First off, if I feel or if I seem very scattered throughout this episode, just know we can't use that. I can't justify using exclusive paper, so I'll just hoard it instead. I am coming off a concussion, so if I seem like I'm already starting to sound confused. If I sound more scattered than usual, that's why. I did one of those things where you're like rooting around in the fridge and the freezer at the same time, and you don't know that the freezer door like swung back over your head, and then you go to stand up to look in the freezer from the fridge, and then you fucking get your shit rocked by the bottom of the door. So I was down and out for like a week. I had a week off work, but I could not do pretty much anything besides listen to audiobooks because I couldn't look at screens without getting sick. I'm just now starting to get better with screens and stuff, just in time for Godzilla -1 this Friday. Everybody should go see it, so Toho continues to release Godzilla films here in the West. But I read a couple of books. I read Ozzy Osbourne's biography. I feel like I should turn the audio down a little bit. I read Ozzy's biography, and I read... I'm actually probably more than halfway through Reggie Fils-Aimé's biography. I mean, it's less of a biography and more just like talking about his career. Memoir. I guess that's a better word for it. And then I don't remember. I think the author's name was Jeff Ryan, if I remember right. But it was a book about Mario and like the early workings of Nintendo, kind of, and talked about Miyamoto and Iwata and how everybody, like all the major players, got their starts. But after, I got done with those in like probably the first 3 days. I pretty much listened to a book a day. And then after that, I was like, I am going crazy. I gotta get better soon because I'm gonna lose my mind. And like, I totally dropped off with school for that week, and then like Sunday came and I was like, I gotta get all this shit done. I had to ask for an extension from one of my professors, and I had to listen to the Cavs games on the radio. Like, I had to use my smart speaker. I don't want to say her name. It starts with a G because then she'll get activated. Sometimes she does, sometimes she doesn't. I don't know. I'm just gonna say Google, please don't listen to me. Not in like the NSA spying on me kind of way, but I don't want you to just start fucking blabbing during the middle of the episode way. I have like, I think 3 speakers, and then I have a Chrome TV in my house. So and I also have a Pixel, so I'm very Googled out. Please don't listen to me. Every time I say her name, I'm like, she's gonna be like, what do you need? And I'm gonna be like, fuck off. I don't need anything. But into the real, like, meat and potatoes. Last time I talked about, like, soft modding the GameCube, I really gave up on that pretty quick. It wasn't going the way I really wanted it to go. None of the shit was really working correctly. Like, I even bought like extra memory cards and they weren't saving right, so I was like, this is a failed project, but at least I bought a Wavebird out of it, so I can at least use my Wavebird on Dolphin. And then my goal is to get a Steam Deck dock eventually. Pumpkin, I adopted a new cat. Flash the picture on the screen. Her name is Pumpkin, I guess. I don't know. I just call her Pumpkin, please. I hope her purrs are getting picked up. She's a little orange girl, if I don't remember to put a picture up. What was I talking about before the cat interrupted me? Oh, I want to get a dock for my Steam Deck like I said, I think a couple episodes ago. But then I would assume you could plug the GameCube adapter into it. Is it, somebody sound off in the comments if you're more knowledgeable than I am, and you probably are. How do I have mail already? Does the dock work on Linux? Because that's really what it boils down to. Girl, she's like sitting on my shoulders right now, and Shelly's gonna get pissed at me for letting her do this, but she's a BB, and I won't tell her what she can and can't do. And I ruin all the orange cats. What was I... Oh, the Steam sale. Yes, I should talk about every single game that I bought, because I feel like I bought a lot for somebody that doesn't really play any games at all. Let's pull this shit up on my phone right now, because I won't remember all of them. Because, like, literally, if it was, like, below, like, $10, I was like, I'm buying it. Let's go... Notifications, maybe? No. Where the fuck? Library? Okay, recent. No, that's just my recently played. Well, hold on, I got one more in me. Cue the Vince Carter meme. I bought Morrowind, the Game of the Year edition, and Greedfall, 2 fantasy games. I just keep telling myself, like, damn, I wish there was a good fantasy game for me to get sucked into. And then I bought 2 Point Campus for Shelly, because she likes, like, sim games and tycoon games. Like, Roller Coaster Tycoon's her favorite game of all time. Well, maybe Oblivion's her favorite. What else is there here? Where's my other one? Well, oh shit, I didn't even see this deal. I should go. It's Cavs Hawks tomorrow. Also, I didn't write them down. Fuck the Cleveland Cavaliers. You motherfuckers. They are so woefully underperforming, and I get it's injuries, but come on, bro. This team was so much better last year, and you can't tell me that Jetty Osman was the glue holding it together, even though there's a fucking... Anybody who's ever been to a Cavs game will know the Jetty Osman MVP guy. At least this past season, every time Jetty Osman was shooting a free throw, you could hear one lone man up in the nosebleeds yelling, MVP! For Jetty Osman. I think he found a new favorite player from what I've heard. I think Craig Porter Jr. is his guy now, but it's sad. He should have moved to San Antonio with Jetty. What was I talking about? Steam. Oh, let's just try to remember what I bought. I bought Bulletstorm. I'm sorry, I'm fighting with my kitten. I bought Bulletstorm. This is a mess of an episode. I bought... What else did I buy? Fuck. Shit. Max Payne 3. I bought Max Payne 3 because people said that's really good. It was like pretty much any game from my childhood. I mean, not childhood, I guess. I was a teenager at that point when those games came out. I bought these games because as like a kid, I was like, oh damn, that game looks good. And then it was like, tell my parents to buy me the new Call of Duty or tell my parents to buy me Bulletstorm. And it was like, well, one of them I know is going to be a slam dunk, at least at the time. I mean, some Call of Duties you go back and you're like, damn, that one was really all that good. I mean, compared to the franchise now and how lazy it's been, like, you're like, please give me Ghosts. I will take it over Modern Warfare 3. Obviously Modern Warfare 3. That just rolls off the tongue fantastically. Oh man, I know there was like a couple more games that were great, and I'm gonna put them in the description because I will not remember. Pumpkin, you are literally laying on my shoulder. But I also wanted to bring up the OLED Steam Deck because I don't know, it would have been nice to have that at launch, but I don't really see a gigantic difference between the two. I mean, I know the screen is noticeably better, but I don't know. I'm still running on a day one Switch. Never upgraded even to like the second model before the OLED model. I just usually stick with whatever I got from the get-go. Like, I know it wasn't a day one Xbox One, but it was like a year after they came out, and I know there was like a couple revisions after that, but I was like, nah, I'll just stick with this. It's like, I'd rather buy the games than buy like a whole ass another system. I know everybody, like, there's like, I mean, I know it's YouTube and like you gotta take it with a grain of salt because they probably have partnerships and shit because there's these big channels and they're like, I have 17 Nintendo Switches, here's all the variants, and it's like, bro, who's got the money for that? Like, I'm like out here telling myself, just wait, Baldur's Gate 3 will go on sale, you don't have to spend $60, you don't gotta struggle that bad. I really would like to try Baldur's Gate 3. It looks fucking really fun and really in depth. It like reminds me that like it'll be that fantasy game that I can get sucked into. But outside of Steam, long ago, I was a very big fan of pro wrestling, and I've been kind of like watching old shit recently, like between like Peacock and like shit on YouTube. If I'm bored at work, I'll just be like, let's watch a Stone Cold match. I'm ready to give him a hell yeah instead of doing my job. But I don't know, between that and like random shit on my like TikTok algorithm, I've been getting random WWE shit on my algorithm on like all of my social media, and all of a sudden I open up Twitter the other day and I see CM Punk was trending, and I was like, no, because I heard it was rumored that he was coming back, and that was super fucking hyped. I was super fucking hyped to see CM Punk come back. Hopefully it works out. I know he's been kind of making enemies wherever he goes. But part of me was like, am I about to buy Monday Night Raw tickets because they are about to be in Cleveland? And I was like, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I'll just catch the highlights. Because I don't really know anybody else. I have not kept up with wrestling since like 2009. So I was in middle school at that point. So it's been a while. But two more things to touch on in this very scattered episode before I call it quits for the day. Mario Wonder came out, and I know I didn't play it right away, but it is fantastic, and I should try to play a little bit of it tonight if Shelly's game for it. I was having a lot of fun. I think we made it to the second world, and then called it quits, and then I hit my head, so then I couldn't play anymore. But if that's like the swan song, like the big swan song for the Switch, definitely I think the Switch ranks like right behind like the GameCube in terms of my favorite Nintendo systems. Even though like I should say home console systems at least. I mean, it kind of is a home console. It's semi-portable. Well, it is fully portable. I don't know what I'm talking about here. I just wouldn't call it a handheld fully. It's definitely like their flagship. But I loved the 3DS, I love the DS, and the Nintendo Wii is growing on me a lot, and it might just be because, like, I think it turns 18 next year, is what I looked up, which is just completely fucked. Like, I remember getting it as a kid, and it's like, I feel like, I mean, like, I have, like, a hazy memory of 2006. I mean, I was 9, so it's like, I mean, I drank a lot of beer in my life. That may have erased 2006 for me. But I feel like I got it that year because I remember my parents were, like, hunting that shit down because, like, you could not find a Wii for the life of you. And just going, like, reading Reggie's book, and he talks a lot when he finally gets to Nintendo, because I tried to read it, like, the actual printed book when he first published it last year, and it was, like, a lot of Procter and Gamble when he worked there, and then he gets to Pizza Hut, and I was like, all right, Nintendo boy, get to the Nintendo. But listening to it on audio, it's like, I always loved Reggie's presence in the presentations and all the directs. So hearing his voice read his own words, made it more digestible for somebody who doesn't care about the business aspect of it so much as like, I'm just a fan of Reggie Fils-Aimé. Poltergeist, we're gonna have to listen to that one. But yeah, if you dropped Reggie's book, if you tried to read it and then you were like, this isn't really for me, it's very business heavy, definitely give it a listen on an audiobook. If your library has Libby as a digital provider, definitely use your library card, download Libby, and then rent Reggie's audiobook because he reads it and it's really, really good, and I gotta finish it. Should not let my recovery deem me immune from listening to an audiobook at this point. Also, I never talked about it, but I am playing through Skyrim again. I remember this one. I want to play as a vampire this time. This episode is just running on, and no one's going to watch it because they're going to look at the time and they're going to be like, 30 minutes. I have no idea if it really is 30 minutes, but they're going to be like, that is far too long. I just saw something red. Cannot find window. I don't know. Either way, I hope this is recording in the right space, because sometimes I feel like I record an entire episode and then it just disappears. I'm like, well, fuck me. Anyways, I'm going to wrap things up. Oh, one last thing, and then I really will shut the fuck up. Also, I got to buy this. My computer. I talked about it, I think 2 episodes ago. I'm still running Windows 8, and Steam is like telling me every day, you motherfucker, you're a security risk, we're not supporting you anymore. And I'm like, please, Steam, you just gotta give me more time. You just gotta give me more time. Well, I felt like my time was finally running out, so I went out and I bought, on Black Friday, I bought a new SSD, an internal SSD. I slapped Windows 10 on there. I thought you could still use the product keys from 8 and 7 on Windows 10, but it turns out like last month, like end of September actually, they fucking took that away, so fuck me, I guess. I gotta go fucking buy a Windows 10 product key now. But anywho, I might be in the market for a new PC, so if anybody has any suggestions on pre-built desktops, that would be wonderful. Somewhere in the market of like 900 to 1200. I don't need like the world's greatest PC. I'm gonna make a pro wrestling reference here. The world's greatest tag team. Props to anybody that remembers Team Angle. Where was I going with that? I'm pretty much, I mean, if I'm on my PC, I'm playing Animal Crossing for videos, or like if I'm just shooting the shit around on my fucking computer, I am playing like Civilization, like something that shouldn't be played on anything else. For a while I was like, oh well, I'll just use the deck. I'll get a dock and use the deck as my PC. And then I've seen online, like after the last DLC, it doesn't work on Linux anymore. So I was like, well, that's fucking wonderful. So unless like if you run it in a certain version of Proton, maybe it'll work. I don't know. I haven't tried because I don't have a dock. So there's no point in playing Civ in handheld mode because I have the Switch to do that, and it's not as fun to do it on there. But anyways, I'm Good Old Fashioned Cola. I've ran the time out much longer than I had to, and I'm going to blame it on the concussion, because even today at work, like, our internet was out. There was some kind of problem with AT&T that we were dealing with, and at one point I like went to check out a book at our self-checkout, which runs through the internet, and it obviously wasn't working, and then everyone was laughing at me, and I was like, it's the concussion, I'm sorry. I'm the IT guy, I should know self-checkout works with internet. You can't check something out if it's down. So I'm Good Old Fashioned Cola, and I will see you guys back here next time.